Subhashini Ramsingh, the face behind Fondbites School of Sugar Art. I'm right now here at the brand new studio of Fondbites, and I'm with my architect Dinesh here at the studio. Being one of top 10 India's cake artists and being in the home and producing online content, being available for the students all around. And Fondbites is also the best online education award receiver.
Hello, I'm Anita. I know this place as a beautiful home where Subhashini and her family were living for so many years. The first time when I saw the digital design, I was quite stunned. From that day, I was looking forward to see how this beautiful home is going to be converted into a cozy office. And the final outcome was really splendid. And the credit goes to Mr. Dinesh, the architect from Pranav, Mantraa Studios, for planning it so well and taking into account every minute details and converting into a stunning studio.
Hi, I'm Harshita, and the vibe this place gives off is very professional yet comfortable, and it's also aesthetically pleasing because of the colors that have been used.
Hi, I'm Udayanala. So first thing which I noticed when I walked into the studio is how spacious they made each part of the studio, as in for the process. Starting from baking to photo shoot to the shooting table and the pre-preparation table, everything was so spacious and well equipped, I would tell. And the main attraction of everything, I would tell, is the shooting place where they have kept an amazing light. It is placed in such a way we don't need any extra light for shooting at all. The quality is really good, which is coming out right now. So I think that is the main attraction, or is the best part of the entire studio.
Hi, I'm Arun. I've been part of Fondbites since 2013. I have been in this place before earlier. For almost 4 years I used to do production over here. The place, what it was, it is now it's totally different. Thanks for the Pranav Mandra and the architect Dinesh for the making Fondbites so colorful. Thank you.
Hello guys, here we are at Fondbites School of Sugar Art, which is located at OMR in Chennai. This is architect Dinesh from Pranav Mantraa Studios. Today I'm going to be explaining you the design process which we followed in creating the School of Sugar Art, which is Fondbites, for Mrs. Subhashini Ramsingh at Chennai. This studio is a very peculiar design problem which we had to face last year. When we started the design of this space, we had various requirements which had to be fitted into this 15-year-old apartment which is located in Chennai. This apartment was owned by Subhashini herself, and she was using this space as a studio come her home, and she wanted to convert her space into a completely working studio which would also have online classes, offline sessions, and also have physical classes which will be conducted by herself and prominent bakers around India. So we had to create the space, and there were a lot of requirements which had to fit into the space. Today I'm going to be showing you a design tour of the space and also be explaining the design process which we followed in creating the space. Let's go space by space, item by item, furniture by furniture to show you the process which we followed to create the space. So to start with, the design problem involved not only having the right design space, at the same time also create an utilitarian space which would be used for recording live sessions, creating masterclass videos for herself for her own teaching purpose, and also have guest lectures which will be conducted by prominent bakers. So this space, when I first entered, was looking very shabby. Lot of clutter was there around everywhere. There was a lot of baking items. The oven was right there in the center of the living room. The fridge was also near the oven, and there were a lot of furniture around, and all the colors were a complete mismatch. So first thing which we wanted to do was to do the right furniture planning of the space. So as you enter the studio, you will have a proper lounge which would be a waiting area for the guests who would be using the studio during their classes and also during their live sessions. Then we had to create some preparation space for baking, and some display of cakes which was going to be for their customers to see. These are some wedding cakes and other kids and other functional cakes which were to be displayed in the studio, and a place for herself, which is Subhashini's own working corner, and a space for creating a life-size cakes. For this corner was to create life-size cakes. So the elements which we had to consider in design included proper furniture planning, good lighting design, proper acoustical design, because shoots were going to be conducted here, and also live sessions were going to be recorded here. And we also had to give enough space for baking cakes, creating new cakes, because everyday activity included baking new cakes and then creating new content for their online channels, and also to be educating their students. So this space which we have created for her is the place where she's going to be doing her online sessions every day. Almost every day she was going to be recording reels for her Instagram channel, or publishing video for her Facebook channel, or creating new content for her masterclass. So this was a very important space according to us. It included the lighting design. We created ceiling grids which was going to give ambient lighting for the shoot and also during the live sessions as well. And we had to give space for different camera angles, including a top angle camera, which is part of this setup, and also have space for proper recording cameras and different angles for creating interview setups also. Apart from the shooting, they also have editing which needs to be done in the same in the same space. So the space which we are going to be creating for her will act as a background for all the videos, shoots which are going to be happening in this space, either be it live shoots or recorded sessions for her classes. So lighting in an indoor space where shoots are going to happen is a very important element. The types of lighting which we have designed here includes the task lighting, ambient lighting, shoot lighting, architectural lighting for creating the right mood for ambience, and also the general lighting. So all these had to be integrated. We couldn't create different lights for different kind of setups. The same light which we are going to be creating for ambience is also going to be used for shoot as well. The one thing which we wanted to avoid was separate lights for shoots and videos when it was happening. So we have these long lights, channel lights which are in the ceiling, and some COB lights which are creating some beam angles which will be a part of the ambience lighting, and some spotlights. The signage itself has a backlit lighting, and the surfaces which we are creating on the walls included some wallpapers, and the color scheme which we have used is teal blue and gray, and some elements in blue and black as well. So neutral blacks, neutral grays was complemented with teal blue and natural blue as well. So all the elements, including the sofa, furniture, cushions, your fitted woodworks, curtains, the chairs, everything was following this color scheme. And one more important element in a baking studio is the storage, which was storage housing all the baking items. So we created enough storage space on all possible walls, which is also used on a day-to-day basis. So you have these utilitarian storages, utilitarian design, which was a part of this whole design requirement. We also had to house some equipments inside the storages, which included some tripod stands and lighting, and also some equipments for shoots on a day-to-day basis. Apart from that, she has enough storage for preparation of her cakes and creating artistic cakes as well. So we have these custom designed storage drawers which has all these colors and elements which have been used during the baking, and all these are included with her brushes, her stands, everything is a part of this storage design which we custom designed for her. Apart from the waiting area, pre-preparation counter, the actual shoot area, there is a full-fledged kitchen also which is a part of this design and the requirement as well. So as we enter from the main door, we have the waiting lounge, the pre-preparation counter area, some area for office usage, editing space, the shoot space which has got these ambient and task lighting with some top angle camera setup, and space for keeping her equipments and shoot cameras. We have enough space for storage as well, which we have a glass sliding door, and all these storage racks have elements which are used for baking and decorating these cakes. So ample storage was created in every single niche which we have, with some open storages, bookshelves, vanity storages, and also a separate dedicated storeroom. Then we have this kitchen. This kitchen was again a closed space. It was very dark. We tried to brighten up using light colors, a lot of shiny and reflective surfaces. We have these concealed handles and some dedicated cooking area. We selected this hob, which is a 3-burner cooking hob, and changed the chimney, improved the lighting of the space, redid all the countertops, backdrops, above storage units, top storage units, and gave enough space for a microwave, her cooking range, her fridge, and a full-time working oven. And we created a corner for coffee and storage as well. There was a wall initially between the kitchen and the space, which was another restroom which was there. We found that space being a dead space and not used properly, so we knocked off this wall and created this big kitchen right here. As you walk out of the kitchen, we have a space dedicated for taking photographs of the cakes which been baked by the students during the live sessions. So when the session is over, the students can take their cakes, keep it in this corner, and then take photographs of the cakes as well. So here as well we have enough lighting for shoot. This is the photographic cake corner. We have this space for editing, housing 3 more computers can be kept in here. And then another important element which was required in her design was the physical classroom. The physical classroom is a space where 5 students can come in and then have classroom sessions every day, and these sessions happen for a week or a month depending upon the kind of activity which is going to happen in the studio. So here students sit, and then she can stand here and explain the process of creating cakes and designing the cake and creating these artistic cakes and all that. So this is a proper classroom setup. One of the bedrooms in her apartment was converted into a proper classroom. With this again has ambience light, and it has got enough mirrors and artworks, and then a backdrop with her logo. The important elements in this design including branding and visual merchandising. So in this whole apartment, she wanted to retain one of the rooms which was a bedroom as a bedroom itself, because one, she might have guests who would come in for teaching in her school of sugar art. There would be teachers and tutors who will be flying down from different parts of the country to teach about the classes and baking and all that. So she wanted to retain this to keep as a guest bedroom. So the guest who comes in for teaching probably for a week or a month can use this space to stay, and then they can continue teaching their classes, either it's online or offline or studio classes in the physical classroom. So this room remains as a guest bedroom. At the same time, this is a dream for any business owner to have a room for kids and for themselves in their workspace itself. The studio has one room where they can use it as their leisure room, restroom, resting area, and also it's very productive. During the day you can work, and during the evenings you can work late night and then come here and doze off. So this bedroom also had to match with the color scheme which we followed for the whole studio, which is green, teal, blue, and gray and whites, which we followed everywhere in the studio. So it matched with the color scheme. This space also is a very utilitarian, very useful space, because you can be more productive if you have to work, stretch and work during the evenings. Also you can work and then you can doze off in your bedroom. So this bedroom is also a part of this whole studio. So when someone new enters into the studio, we would want them to know about the person herself, which is Subhashini Ramsingh, her personality. So we wanted to showcase some of the awards which is received in and around during her last 10 years of baking, and also some of the literature which is related to baking and cakes, and some of the books which she has in her bookshelf every day. So this reflects the personality of the person who is going to be conducting the classes for them. So that we wanted to display here in the bookshelf and space for displaying her awards. And apart from the overall design, what we found was the flooring of the apartment was in a bad shape, because it was a 15-year-old apartment. All the walls, the flooring, the electricals of the apartment, the plumbing of the apartment was completely in bad shape. So we decided to change the flooring. Wooden flooring was very apt for this design, but at the same time it had to be easy to maintain kind of flooring, because baking happens every day, decoration of cakes happens every day, and there is going to be a lot of butter and cream and ghee which is going to be used in her cooking and baking. So it had to be a tile flooring which was to look like a wooden flooring. So we chose some look alike wood flooring which is made of tiles. These tiles were put on top of the existing Indian marble, which is a white Indian marble which is already existing on top of on top we made this tile flooring. Then we had to change all the electrical points, all the electrical sockets, give enough sockets for her baking, for recording. The use of cameras, lights and all was extensive. So we had to give a lot of sockets on the walls, on the floor, on the tabletops, the pre-preparation counter, the actual preparation counter, the editing counter, and her storage and the kitchen area as well. So a lot of electrical work also was required. So we ripped off every single electrical wire, and we put in new distribution boxes, new sockets, new switches, and gave enough lighting and sockets which were required for her day-to-day activities. Even this counter, which is the preparation counter and the shoot counter, has space for sockets which is used for her KitchenAid or even the other equipments which is going to be a part of her baking classes and her shoot activities. So the electrical was completely changed. The plumbing was done. The tiles were changed in the floor. All the wall tiles in the kitchen and the bathrooms were completely changed. All the furniture had to be new. So it was a complete retrofit and a renovation of her 15-year-old apartment, which had to look brand new with all international amenities, which looks like a class studio and a baking center for School of Sugar Arts, which is Fondbites School of Sugar Art. We were successful doing it. It took a lot of designing, a lot of patience and perseverance to do the right design and to implement the design to make sure her dream, Subhashini's dream of creating a School of Sugar Art in Chennai, which is going to be catering to students all over the world. So it has to be completely of international standard. Though the size was small, we had to create a space which was the best in Chennai and in India for baking and a school for sugar art, which is Fondbites Studio.